Hey guys, we're going to talk a little bit about miter saws today. A good way to get miter saws, buying one used. Really, you're just looking to make sure that everything's tight, you don't have a lot of slack in your arm coming down. There's really nothing wrong with buying a used miter saw. You could find some good ones out there pretty cheap. A lot of the problem people have with buying used miter saws, or even buying a cheaper miter saw straight from the store, is that most of the time they're not aligned properly, which a lot of people are going to take it home. They're going to make some 45-degree cuts, try to put it together. Nothing's going to fit. They're going to kind of blame the saw. It's pretty typical. It's really not the saw's fault, it just hasn't been tuned yet. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to tune it up and get you back on track, and hopefully you can get a good miter saw at a cheaper price and it'll work for you. Like I say, unless you're using your miter saw every day like I do, I'm about to upgrade, you really don't need to buy a real expensive miter saw if you're just going to have occasional use for it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our actual surface here, and I've had this happen on mine where I used it for a long time, really didn't have any idea what I was doing when I started using it a decade ago. And I actually ended up getting, from moving it around, it ended up getting sawdust underneath this plate right here. So what I found, there's a nut and a spring on the bottom and the center of this one. You just take that off, pull this off, vacuum it, blow it out with air hose, put a little wax in there, put it back together, and it should sit nice and flush and move nice and easy. And so you can take and just a level or some kind of straight edge and just check and make sure that all the way across you're level all the way across there after you've cleaned it and put everything back together. You want a nice good solid surface for cutting on. So the next thing that we're going to check, you're going to set your marker on 0 up here. That should be 90 degrees to the surface. Anything, I've actually checked this is just a part of a combination square that I have that is 90 degrees. And the reason I'm using this is because my speed square is actually too big. This is just a 10-inch miter saw. So you're just going to come along the edge of the blade and the table, and what you're going to do is make sure that you're not sitting on any of the actual teeth of the saw, because it'll push it out and then you won't be able to get an actual visual of whether it's square. But this one is square. I've checked it recently. You can kind of check it on both sides. I can't remember if it'll actually fit over here. I don't think it quite will. But basically you just want to make sure that your blade is square with the actual surface of the table. If it's not, loosen it up. This is a compound miter saw. It's a single bevel on the back. Adjust it until it is up and down with this, and then you're going to come over, and on most of them there's some adjustment on the actual marker itself, so you can just loosen that up once this is 90 degrees to the surface and set that on 0, tighten it down, recheck everything. You can move it over to 45 and check if you want, make sure that your actual scale up here is correct. Mine is on this one. Hasn't been damaged in any way. Still gives good readings. I have had to adjust this a few times. Like I say, this thing gets used a lot. The vibration will loosen stuff up. Moving it around will loosen stuff up. So once we get to that point, we want to come back up here. This one has the detent where it locks in at 0 and 15, 30, and 45. So we're going to set it at that 0 detent. Make sure that our marker is set exactly on 0, and then we will align our fence to the actual blade itself. So same concept. We're going to take our 90 degree, we're going to put that up against there. We're going to come over, make sure we're not on any of the teeth. Yeah, my hand's in the way there. It's going to be up just a little bit to not be on the teeth there, but you're going to make sure that your blade is 90 degrees to this surface right here. You did a couple different ways. If you have a smaller square of some type, just anything that has a perfect 90 degree angle that you can measure, you can use to make sure that this fence is square with your blade. On this particular saw, there is an Allen head bolt on each side of the fence, so you can adjust each side of the fence. This one, when you adjust one side, the other side will tend to kind of be out of adjustment a little bit, and you got to kind of adjust them both because it is connected all the way across, and it'll have some springiness to it across there. But once you get one side set, let's say same thing, come down on the other side, make sure that that fence is square with whatever type of squaring device you're using. Like I said, this one I just set recently, but you have to make sure that both sides are square, because depending on which way you're cutting, if this side of your fence is off and you've only set this side up, if you hold the board against this side of the fence and cut it, obviously your cut's going to be off. You're not going to have a 90-degree cut, and we want everything to be exactly the way we want it, because if, like I said, when you go to cut at 45, do some picture frames or something, you want to make sure it's actually cutting 45 degrees so that everything comes together and makes a perfect square when you get done. So another thing, and this is the last thing we'll talk about, is on the blade. I have a cheap blade on here right now, just because I've been cutting a bunch of pine, breaking it down, so it tends to, pine is really bad about building up on the blade. If you think your blade is dull, try cleaning it first. You can use dish soap and some hot water and scrub that thing off. I've used acetone at times just to clean everything off. Make sure that you're not missing any teeth on your blade. Just make sure that all your teeth look uniform. Let's say clean it and then try it again. If after you've cleaned it, it's still not cutting well, go ahead and replace the blade. But try that first, especially if you're buying a used saw or something like that. Just try to clean that off. Might save you a little money. Your blade might still be good. If you're going to be doing a lot of cutting, buy a good blade and just go with it. Like I say, this one's a cheap one. You're going to be cutting a bunch of pine. Pine leaves a lot of residue. Just go with something cheap that'll give you a clean cut and no big deal. So that's pretty much it on miter saws. Like I say, if you find a good one out there used, as long as it's very sturdy, you don't have a lot of slop and all the movement in the arms, go ahead and grab that thing, tune it up, and make some good cuts and go build some stuff. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, the like button. If you have any other questions or would like to make any comments, throw those down there in the comments section. I appreciate everybody watching, and I hope y'all have a good day.